Hello, good afternoon, and welcome from the Oxford Canal northern section. We're just south of Easenhall Lane Bridge, which is out of sight round the corner. Out of sight round the corner is where we've been moored and iced in for the last 10 days, which was an intentional choice because it's clear of trees, so perfect for the solar. Well, perfect would be if the canal was running east-west, because obviously you wouldn't have to change the panels. It runs north-south, but if you're on the boat, doesn't matter because you can get out and tilt them, which gives you the max, which is really important at this time of year. So that's half a kilowatt we've got on there, but it still delivers very little with the angle of dangle of the sun. As you can see, if you're more down here, you wouldn't be getting too much of it at all during most of the day. But yeah, it's got a car park down here. There's parking space up by the bridge up there, which means it's accessible. It's half a mile walk from Brinklow village as well. So we're heading towards Rugby at the moment, but we've come past Brinklow village on the way to mooring up, which means that even if we'd got snowed in and you couldn't move the cars, you'd still be able to walk to the village, which has 3 pubs, a very expensive post office and general stores, and at least 1 takeaway. I think it might have 2 actually. So it's a lovely place, and this is a lovely stretch of canal. It doesn't actually have that many mooring opportunities because they took about 15 miles off it by taking off a lot of the twists and turns. So a lot of the sides aren't very conducive to getting in and mooring. I mean, even that is not perfect, and it's on a bend anyway. But hang on, just check me revs. Yep, that's alright, that's about 4 miles an hour. So there's still a few bits of ice on this corner, I think I noticed, because I went and moved the car earlier. Well, I can hear ice cracking underneath the boat actually. And yeah, but it's beautiful. And the other reason for stranding ourselves there was that, as you can see, there's a wood here, and under the solar panels you'll see there's a fair bit of wood under the solar panels. So basically survived on wombled wood for most of that week, rather than using up the resources in the wood box, which is the big brown thing you can see in the middle of the boat. So that was intentional as well, because in the cutting above Easenhall Lane Bridge there was loads of wood as well. You need to waggle the tiller a bit here, because I'm just scrape ice all the way down the side of the boat, which is not good because it strips your blacking off. If I waggle the tiller, then the prow moves the ice around and it doesn't hit the side of the boat, or it doesn't scrape down it anyway. There we go. I know that the ice stops once I get to the end of this bit. So yeah, pleasures of winter cruising. I don't know, that sounds like I'm being sarcastic about the ice. It's just lovely. There's 2 of the boats. There were 7 of us, 7 boats that chose to go through the icy bit, as in get iced in the same place. So that's nice, bit of camaraderie. Just caught up with some of them before I left, and as you could see, there were only 3 boats left now once I'd gone. So the others have headed off north towards Coventry, Hawkesbury Junction, and the light is just beautiful. So there's hardly anyone else moving. It's everything I love about winter boating. It's just gorgeous. And there are some other boats down here, and it looks like that one's actually on the move. So that's the first other moving boat I've seen since I left with the car. But I do love this section. In the summer it's beautiful, because it's obviously completely covered with leaves, almost. Certainly this section coming up. And then in the winter you just get this wonderful setting to meander through at 4 miles an hour. Anyway, toodle pip.